Akwaba, welcome to the culture. Ghana, Africa, a tale foretold from afar, rising of a star, black star, a journey near from far. A craft of nature, equator, eye of the maker, this is Ghana. From the caves and mountains of Afajato stands the heights and slopes of Africa, a pace setter, breaking chains, pains, making gains like the rain. The end of your beginning was the transatlantic merchandise, cutting you to size, but the signs remains your right of inheritance. Ampa, wompa setu akodani batatuo, am wadishie, wadani akwa na ubonkuru. Wagira, ye shashaw, wujani, ye sound wachi na wow ato. Centuries of gain for a pain delayed. Osajo for Jeffo, your name remains, stains could not be wiped away. Tears washed our wounds as the cry radiates the burning walls of our castles and forts, lifelong and short. Can't dry the tears like spear it pierce, they cheers with friends, smear with pens, and not the recompense. The journey may be long, but it's the same road we are on. The same song we've been taught, the master song, even when we are wrong, a harm is on. Yadena ho sa, what the king and poor one ya? Oria swa, Osiochia. 400 years through Armageddon, some say it's Babylon, like the raging storm from Gomorrah and Sodom, burning for freedom. This is home, where you were born, you belong. How long? Using tongues, gaining tongues would heed the horn. It's like a rebirth, an ancestral regret being reset with a cultural mindset. You need it first, passed off test, came to next. This call is so clarion, target a rebellion, chase on, whether right or wrong, we've never won against ye pirates of old. So now Africa is calling. Ghana is waiting. Stop the gazing. No more grazing. Get boots lacing. No more pacing. Washing of basins or losing casings. So now we call. Du Bois, Padmore, Senghor, Toure, Nyerere, Azikiwe, Selassie, Lumumba, Kenyatta, Mandela, Nkrumah. Anyone awaka? Asida we free chirima. Yadam wasi.
On behalf of the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Honorable Mrs. Mamiefwa Wajetu. Now, this is an important program that she would have loved to be here, as she has indicated her commitment right from onslaught the partnership and collaboration with the Ghana Tourism Authority. But another important national assignment has taken her away, and that is why she has asked me to step in her big shoes to deliver her speech. But before I deliver her remarks, I'd like to commend my brother for the spoken word. But again, on the theme of reimagining the African Renaissance, and I was conferring with my brother, Mr. Kofi Ochidako. It's about time we change the narrative. It's about time we tell our story well, positively. There's a saying that if you don't call yourself I am, nobody will call you thou art. In all the developed countries that you know, they also have the ills and the bads. If you go to New York, the Harlem, if you go to Netherlands, there are dark spots in all these countries. But it seems that Africa's story has not been told well. And how well are we also telling our story? And that's why I want to commend FESTAC for bringing us together. It's not just a festival, but also positioning ourselves on the global stage that we are a force to reckon with. 1.34 billion people. If you look at the GDP of Africa, the resources that is coming, the world cannot live without Africa. The world cannot live without, all the minerals are here. But we are not telling our stories well. For how long are we going to look down upon ourselves? It's time for us to take our rightful position in our place. Reflecting on some of the anthropologies, Timothy Bankole this morning I posted. And he gave a reflection of how Nkrumah sailed from here all the way to America through Liverpool. Because at that time, in 1935, when Nkrumah left here, he was 26 years old. April 1935, how Nkrumah got to America through Liverpool and attended University of Pennsylvania after he even got admission. So there are heroes and heroines here who did not get it on a silver platter. The background and the foundation was very rough and tough. Where we are today is where Nkrumah stood on the eve of independence to declare that Ghana's independence is meaningless unless it's linked up with the total liberation. This place was a preserved or a reserved area. This was a polo court for the British. Black people could not come here until 6 March 1957, where we are today. So we need to tell our story, how resilient we have been and how we have fought to take our rightful place. When they signed the bond of 1844 with us, it's assumed that after 100 years, the country or the land should have been returned to us. How long did it take them to give back our country to us? They deprived us of our rights. In the bond of 1844, there were restrictions and ban in going to our forest reserves. Whilst they were mining and taking our natural resources away, it was criminal. And that is why George Alfred Park Grant invested his money, because he was a timber merchant, to support the United Gold Coast Convention to fight against the British. And not only the British, other Europeans, the Danes, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the Prussians, the Germans, the French, they've all benefited from us. And that's why we are talking about reparations. Reparation is not just compensation, but giving us our recognition that is due. So please, and please, and please, let us not look down upon ourselves. There's a saying that nobody shows or points his left finger towards his hometown. To wit, I mean, you wouldn't say anything bad about you. We are not saying we should not talk about the ills and the wrongs, but we are saying, for the purpose of this program, this event, as Africans are coming together in fashion, in music, in arts, in culture, in trade, in tourism, we're supposed to come together. The vision of our freedom fighters was not just political independence. They were also fighting for economic independence, that Africa can trade among itself. We should talk about removing borders for Africa to be a borderless country. The Agenda 2036 is far too long. We want it now. When African leaders are coming here, we give them protocol. Today, if you want to go to the French countries, it's very tough and difficult. It's expensive to travel among Africans, but it's cheaper when you're going to Europe. That's what we have to challenge ourselves. So my brother, in as much we appreciate your poetry, your spoken word, awakening our consciousness, let us also use this platform as a marketing platform, or a footstool or stepping stone to tell our positive story. And now the speech of Honorable Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Honorable Mrs. Mamifwa Uwajetu. And I read, "It gives me great pleasure on behalf of the Ghana Tourism Authority to welcome you to this landmark celebration of culture, creativity, and economic opportunity, the FESTAC Africa Festival 2025, here in the beautiful city of Accra. Now today marks more than just a festival, it marks a Pan-African renaissance, a bold statement to the world that Africa's culture, creativity, and commerce are thriving, interconnected, and ready to power our shared future. Now this year, harnessing health, culture, trade, climate change, gender equity, and tourism for sustainable economic growth could not be more timely. It reflects on the collective commitment to ensuring that the culture is not only celebrated, but also leveraged on as an engine for social and economic transformation. FESTAC Festival 2025 is more than an event. It is the biggest Pan-African festival bringing together culture, commerce, and collaboration to drive sustainable development and create the largest trade marketplace during the festival week. Through the power of collaboration with FESTAC Africa, the Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and Creative Arts, and our continental partners will showcase the very best of Africa in just 7 days, from the conferences, exhibition, to sports, tournaments, movie screenings, health screenings, cultural performances, fashion shows, culinary experiences, and youth summit. There will be no shortage of experiences to immerse yourself in this. Now, this is the ultimate Black Star experience, and we invite everyone, Africans and friends of Africa alike, to come and experience Africa than never before. Come and experience Africa in just 7 days. Come and taste the Black Star experience, where culture meets opportunity and where Africa connects to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, FESTAC Africa 2025 is not just about celebration, it is about building sustainable linkages between culture and trade. And we are unlocking opportunities for small and medium-sized businesses, artisan creators, innovators across Africa to access new markets and form partnerships that last beyond the festival. Now, this is how we turn culture into commerce. And this is how we turn creativity into opportunity. This is how we build an Africa where tourism, trade, and technology drive inclusive growth. On behalf of the Ghana Tourism Authority, I extend my deep gratitude to our partners, sponsors, and stakeholders who have made this possible. Your commitment to the African dream continues to inspire us all. And as we celebrate FESTAC Festival 2025, let us remember that this is our time to showcase Africa's health and innovation, our time to elevate African women, the youth, our time to lead on climate action, and also time to rewrite the African narrative. Together, let us light the torch of the new Pan-African era, one of innovation, sustainability, and shared prosperity. Thank you for joining us on the remarkable journey as we look forward to welcoming you to the biggest Pan-African festival right here in Ghana, a week that will echo across the continent and beyond. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, come one, come all, Accra is ready. Ghana Tourism Authority welcomes you to FESTAC Africa Festival 2025. And that was the speech of Honorable Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Honorable Mrs. Mamifwa Uwajetu. Thank you for your attention.
uniting Africa, and you will be there because you are the reason why we need to unite. I am the reason why we need to unite, and we are all the reason why we need to unite. We are not uniting for today. There is an Agenda 2036, there is an Agenda 2030, 60 or 2060. And by then, some of us will be very old. What we are doing today, we are doing it for the future generation. We are doing it because we want, when they come, they must remember. Just as we have that history today, we are here to carry on that torch that was started. A battle that started way many years, and we still continue to fight it. But we will get there. As our children grow old, we sure shall get there. And we are hoping that this day, the story will be told that our forefathers stood once upon a time on a podium where another forefather stood once upon a time and told the story. So, it is called Come and Experience Africa in Just 7 Days. What can you expect in those 7 days? The journey starts way on the 19th of September with a float all the way from Nigeria and the ECOWAS region, where we will be seeing the Nigeria, Benin, Togo, a troop coming through, crossing the border. And this is purely to also encourage cross-border travel and cross-border market access and cross-border trade. And this is why we are doing this troop, to also encourage our governments to be aware that we need to have our borders open for us to freely trade, to freely connect, and to freely travel the continent. It puzzles me when we travel the continent and you find that it is way too expensive. From Abuja to Accra, it's $800. From Abuja to London, it's $500. It doesn't make sense. And that is just a 2-hour journey. London is a way further journey. But our battle continues, and we will continue to advocate for easier travel, airway channels, or cost reduction to help us really make Africa accessible for all of us. So the 19th, the groups will arrive in Accra, and we are really hoping that Accra is ready to welcome everybody from the 19th, when we start to see a lot of the visitors coming through. We already have delegations that have already started arriving because of some tourism activations leading to the festival week. And then other people will come just during the festival and will continue with their tourism activations after the festival. September is World Tourism Month, and there's no better time to usher this festival. So as we carry on with our activations and our events, I just want to urge you all to travel Ghana, tour Ghana, experience Ghana, eat Ghana, and wear Ghana, and experience the Black Star experience while you're in Ghana. The entire week is themed Proudly African. And I think it is only fair that we proudly represent each one of us from where we come from. My name is Grace Mumo. I am a Kenyan. I live in South Africa, but I am a Pan-African, and I travel the continent quite extensively. So I don't consider myself as one of one country. I am a daughter of many countries, and I am proudly, I feel proud that I am in Ghana. When I arrived in Ghana, I was given a very, very good welcome. I was taken through the Black Star experience. I went through the entire journey, and I've been here since then, working through to ensure that we can have a great festival week. On the 20th, everybody gets to rest, and we start to prepare the grounds and ensure that at least we can officially usher the festival. The festival starts from the 21st, but because it is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's celebrations on the 21st, the national government has activities planned, and everything will be infused to ensure that we celebrate together. And because of a lot of people coming, who are coming specifically for those celebrations, They will get to join the government and everybody on those celebrations wherever they are taking place. As soon as we are aware, we will let everybody know what the preparations are. And you can also find out where those preparations are and join in your own way in those celebrations wherever they are. Officially, the festival kicks off on Monday, the 22nd, with the opening ceremony at the Independence Square. And we do expect to have, if we are ready to push as media, and I'm appealing to you all from today to really market the festival so that we can reach the entire ECOWAS region and mobilize as many people to attend the festival. Our target is 100,000 to make history. When we arrived, we said that we just did about 30 to 40 in Kenya, 40,000 in Kenya. And Ghana said, that's nothing. We're gonna beat it. We are going to give you 100,000. So Ghana, that is my call for you to deliver on your promise of 100,000 delegates for the festival. So we kick off with the speeches. And again, that day we want to have everybody wear our beautiful African wear and proudly represent. Officially, we open the conferences, officially open the exhibition, officially open the sports, officially open the health screening segments, officially open the movie screening, and officially open the festival at large. That will be the Monday. The night of the Monday, because the festival itself, as I mentioned and has been mentioned by the various speeches, is a festival of three key things. Number one, impact as we carry on through the week. How many people were impacted by the festival and how did that happen? The second thing is inclusion. Inclusion of our children, inclusion of the youth, inclusion of women, inclusion of the young, the mid-aged, the old, and the elderly. So everybody in that aspect is included, including our brothers and sisters across the continent, Africans in the diaspora, and all our brothers and sisters from everywhere else in the world. So the Monday nights, we kick off with our first impact program, which is a dinner in the dark, where we celebrate inclusion and we get to celebrate with Ghana Blind Union and indulge into the world of inclusion and partner with them to have a dinner of awareness of the visually impaired. On the Tuesday, all the conferences begin, and every day for 3 days we will have 3 conferences planned. On the Tuesday, we begin with trade, because you've heard, we are here to trade, using culture as a catalyst to ensure that we can change our economic narrative. We start with trade, we have a tourism summit, and then we have, the tech and innovation summit on the first day. On that day, it's a Tech Tuesday, and we will have a few hackathons and a few planned activities for the youth. On the Wednesday, the fun begins with the different countries activating some series of events, and we will have the battle of the best meat in Africa. That is South Africa versus Zimbabwe. They have decided they need to show Africa where the best meat comes from. So Ghana, if you don't know where the best meat comes from, come and have a taste. And if you feel that your best meat is the best, or any other country, join in the battle and let's celebrate. Essentially, the entire week we are basically promoting Africa, Proudly Africa. So this was a call between the South African Embassy and the Zimbabwean Embassy coming together to say that it will also be the South African Heritage Day. And because Africa is diverse, we will join in the South African celebrations and ensure that we can, bring in the spirit of Pan-Africanism and party with South Africa. So we're gonna play a lot of piano, and a lot of music that cuts across the continent to infuse that grill day between South Africa and Zimbabwe. Again, the conference day 2 continues, and that will be the Women Arise Summit, which we are encouraging you to come and be part of. We also have the Youth Summit, and I am sure we have our youth ambassadors in-house. And then we will also have a writer's retreat. If you are a writer and you want to come and join other writers from across the continent who will also be launching their books, this is for you. Please come and join them so that at least you can also be celebrated and we can learn about you. We no longer read about African books anymore. When I grew up, we were reading Chinua Achebe and other African writers. Today, you walk into the books and our children are no longer reading African books. We need to change that. The evening of the Tuesday, we continue with cultural celebrations. And again, I need to emphasize cultural celebrations begin every day from 10 o'clock to whenever the DJ decides it's time to go home. So I'm saying until midnight or even 4 a.m. or when the DJ says we need to go home. So brace yourself for a beautiful week of cultural performances on stage. The Thursday takes us to the last day of the conferences, and the last stream of the conferences is a climate action. We are still appealing to the forestry department that we're looking for trees to be donated. We want to make sure that we plant as many trees as we can and encourage every delegate that is attending the festival to ensure that you identify the sites where trees will be planted and leave a legacy of planting a tree in Ghana, because it's about time we make sure that as climate action continues to deplete our continent, we also replenish Mother Nature. And we do that by doing a program called Keep Africa Green. So with that, let's identify the sites, and throughout the week, let's plant the trees as part of the action climate. We will have our cultural advocacy dialogue with those who are in the culture, the policymakers, to really discuss how we want to take our culture to the next level. And then we have a fashion dialogue on that day, and we wrap up with a food, peace, and security summit. On Thursday, it is an all-white dress code, and that is purely to represent our peace for the continent and to advocate for peace. Wherever you are, come dressed in white, and let's symbolize for the peace mission for the continent. The entire week is set in a way that every day is an exciting day. It is different, it's fun, and it is not repeated of what you experienced yesterday, including the food as well. So we want to make sure that at least we have a different flair of everything every single day. The Friday, this is where the fun begins when it comes to the culinary experiences. And on Friday, that is left for all culinary experiences. Food, 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 and more food. We kick off the day with the Ghana versus Nigeria jollof rice showdown. Yeah? I believe you guys have been talking forever, and it's about time those scores are settled. So let us showcase our food. Sierra Leone add that you are doing that, and they say, our chief is in town. Our chef is in town, and our chef is going to show them how to make the best jollof rice. Just giving a hint. We have Kenya, and I think it's important we emphasize the region we are in. This is a cocoa region. So the Friday, everything we are doing, we are pairing with Ghana chocolate. All the food that we are doing, we are pairing with Ghana chocolate. We're going to pair the jollof rice with Ghana chocolate. If you don't know how that is done, we're going to show you how it's done. We have Kenya bringing Kenyan tea and Kenyan coffee, and they're also going to do the pairing of Kenyan tea, Kenyan coffee with Ghana chocolate. We have Ethiopia bringing Ethiopian coffee, and we're going to be pairing that with Ghana chocolate. We have Matoke from Uganda. We're going to be pairing that with Ghana chocolate. And we have the spices from the Spice Land, which is in Zanzibar, also represented, and they're also bringing some of that. And of course, the rest of the continent are showcasing. That day we want to see all the regions of Ghana food represented. So it is a call that if you're in the catering aspect, bring all the foods from all the various regions of Ghana so we can really show that it's not just about the wache. Ghana is just known for wache, and then Nigeria is known for jollof, or Ghana and Nigeria are known for jollof. And somebody said that those are not the only two foods, but when you go out, that is what gets represented. So let's come out and showcase our food, because our food varies and our food is very, very, very flavorful. So we leave that day purely for food, but the evening of the Friday, we get to really enjoy our fashion. So the Friday, while you enjoy food, ensure that you are representing your best fashion possible. It is a fashion day, it is a food day. So come in your best fashion elements. The evening, we have a fashion show with 12 African designers who will be taking the stage to really show us how we can work on our clothing and textile to transform it into something extremely, extremely beautiful and iconic as you walk down the ramp. And it's about time we celebrate and showcase our fashion. So Friday night, it's a fashion night. And of course, the cultural performances continue every night, as I mentioned. And all those activities are taking place at the Independence Square, except for the conferences which are planned for the conference center, and the sports activities are taking place at the Accra Sports Stadium. We have our sports partners here, the Ghana Sports Authority, and they are planning a whole range of activities. I think we have like 10 different sports which are being planned. I think that is the number. I hope I'm not too far off from that. But we have a good range of sports. Pop into the sports stadium and really, really see what is happening there as well. The beauty of the festival is that everything is taking place all around within the same enclave. The conference center, conferences, sports, the Nationalism Park will be set for the kids and for the children and the elderly, board games and castles for the children that really need to play there. So your children, you can bring your children and leave them there. They should be fine and safe for that. Health screening throughout the week. The beauty of this festival, as I mentioned, is that it's a life-changing festival. We are calling on all Ghanaians so that you can get to have your health checked. Your health is your wealth. Come in numbers and let's really get our health checked, because it's for free, and we have amazing partners who have come out in numbers to say that they want to give free service. I have to call names. St. Michael's Specialist Hospital was the first one to come on board and say that as a private hospital, they want to give service to the community of Ghana. We have PK, I need to make sure I get the name right, PKF. We have BOSS, Dorothy Hope Foundation. We have Kolebu for the blood donation, and we're saying to the public sector, we are still looking to create impact and drive a good health drive during the week.
From Santini and to me, Anthony and Junior and Sane. Yesi ahini yesi apene. Ya grunchene ya gruketi. Imwa hini ya nidwete. Nefe. Ensu yentu minya ni yese. Oba dia breshisha di chesi yenje yenya ni yese. Nansu yesi yempe. Jo. Ago. Suswampa. Ampeni ampa. Mirikasa. Deja troka kra. Africa pa. Ghana. Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, Ethiopia, Angola, Somalia, Rwanda. Munyina kesesem kwa. Mo amobre sere jiretete. Wi a wakase yemfanche. Wuni sumnye, wuni kete. Nanso wanumde. Ahosepe eni ahote. Mo bro wakakra wa na mode asi awowe. Asa mo pata, nanso mo amufuta mo kena. Mu wi a mo de ashabro wa bi otene ba bi bobna sanema ne nana nkanso anyina ba asesa. Nana kafra ya Africa ahade sa enye kashira na bia beye ya esi agye ye koyechi kohwe ye nchi ne ye firi ne ye chiri ne titiri ne nintini wo hini tintim pintim enya saa ye be koso abo asesa saa ye be ya kesesem saa sikadie saa adwendwen saa afi santan pantan sese wu busa hwan mo amahia so ayi obi man akode bro no so wo ne wo ho wo wusi de tumefo twene wo ho hunu wo ho emaye ni wuso wani so wasoso wuti so wabeti so ko akawa dwene nso enti wagudie mfudie nkwaye ne mranche ye ntumi ama no baye ene amisi de yi waye muni fari enti da mo kwasere monhie mu akese ene ato akese e ma ye brese ye buasie de pa kusie nimdie ye fansie no kura no so yanka ne na ye beka na kire ni odo ye ntwa sanka wanya wo ne ka enso waboka China Russia America fosika ene emwepra munimu a mumusa ne to Zambia bregu eya bregu so boka ebia mfata nanso ba ko hia miatumi agina benchirimu amoka wo bra anyakwa wani da so so ansa enti etwadie ni nkabom ye ntumi angina ene akodie nkabom de mudimirika etusa ehene ha woni hwaika esumaba ehumfa eyesuban edikan odomaman nyasikan twenhwekan mensan saban na ntumi amoban a osumachi ni ahunu han a ochinachi ni amakwan a ene edabaida huri santan musro emutro etise kro atiko shapapa ni amu amu awusibo ene ahenkwa betu adikro woni kro wo ham wonsuom owuom adakamenam pempuna kwansio ne bo ahina yetu agina kobisa abrewa osenyam wani a Africa monsuo nie mosaponi aka mo semina